Good.
Okay, so our paper is an experimental approach to altering mating tactics in male horseshoe crabs, Limulus polyphemus. And I'm Alexis Moyle. I'm a fourth-year marine biology major and a minor in wildlife ecology.
I'm Savannah Edwards. I'm a third-year biology major, and I am minoring in disabilities and society.
I'm Crystal Brandt. I'm a fifth-year biology major on the pre-med track.
I'm Kieran Knoll. I'm a fourth-year marine science major on a pre-vet track.
Okay, so the author of this paper is H. Jane Brockman. And Jane Brockman is an emeritus University of Florida animal behavior professor, and she specialized in the evolution of nesting and mating behavior of horseshoe crabs. She was actually the first woman to retire from UF's botany and zoology department. And then she had a graduate scholarship established in her name because she was really dedicated to giving graduate students research opportunities. And although she is retired now, she still continues her research with horseshoe crabs. Why did we choose this paper? To us, it provided more information on the group mating tactics of horseshoe crabs, which is discussed in chapter 6 this week. The experiment is local in Seahorse Key, Florida, which is about an hour from here. The author that I just talked about is a UF biology researcher, which is cool. This paper contributed to society due to the importance of horseshoe crabs in medicine, and horseshoe crabs are just cool in general.
Okay, so this paper sought to study the different mating tactics between male horseshoe crabs. So the author tested if the mating tactic was determined by male body condition or by prior male success. So that would be matching offshore, so before they reach the beach. The author hypothesized that male horseshoe crabs in good body condition have a higher fitness when attached before coming onto the shore, and males in poorer conditions have higher fitness when satellites. So when we say attached versus satellites, this picture shows that here's the female, and the attached male is directly attached to her, and the satellite males surround them and try to outcompete via sperm competition, which is essentially they're trying to fertilize eggs even though they're not attached.
Okay, so for the methods, the horseshoe crabs were measured 1 to 5 hours after the tide receded, and they were released at the sea. The males were caught during high tide, tagged, and prevented from attaching to the females because they put little soft foam plugs in the middle of their pinchers, and then they put a plastic bag around their pincher and they secured it with a little tag. And afterwards they would put them in little pools as they were studying them, and then they would put them back into the water. The return rate of the males was recorded if they were, well, it was recorded, but they recorded specifically to see if they were attached or unattached. The condition of the male was also taken into consideration. They measured 5 different types of things. The coloration, which is the dorsal proximal surface of the limulus. It changes color from tan to black, so they measured the coloration of the outer surface of them. The surface quality, because they have mucus on the outer covering of their shell, so they studied to see how much mucus was on them. Their eye condition, terminal spine condition, and percentages of epibuoyance, with the 5 being the best and the 1 being the worst, respectively, and the highest score could be 25.
So what she found was that the original attachment status of the males that they had put the bags on was significantly affecting their likelihood of returning, and the males that were unattached originally returned more often. She thinks this may be because the unattached males were in worse condition on average. The males in poor condition were significantly more likely to return than those in good condition, and this was also true for the normal males that they didn't put the bags on. And both the condition and the original attachment status significantly affected the likelihood that the males would become the satellites. And when the males were unable to attach, the condition index is the most important component. And when the males can attach, the previous attachment status is the better predictor of their tactics. And the little graph just shows that there's clearly a big correlation between their condition and whether or not they returned.
Okay, discussion questions. Number 1, what outside variables could be affecting the results of this paper and how could you account for them? Number 2, what are the variable mating tactics of the male horseshoe crab and what could be a reason they evolved these tactics? Number 3, what are the 5 qualities of the males that were measured to assess their conditions and would you add any more? Number 4, what condition were the returning males in and why do you think that is? Number 5, what are some possible reasons that condition and original attachment status are significantly associated with differences in male behavior? And number 6, how would you expand on this research and why is it important to you?